We are here with Larry Lyon, owner of Mr. Fix-It, and he is going to demystify these tools because clearly us women don't know what the names of all of these are. I know this is a hammer and this is a screwdriver, but what else do I actually need in my toolbox?
Well, first of all, Liz, I'm going to suggest that you replace your old hammer with a new cordless drill.
You actually can replace it.
You can. Really, most of the tools, most of the things you're going to be installing are going to be installed with screws, and you're going to need a cordless drill and probably a set of drill bits to go along with it. You're going to be using the cordless drill for most women to install a picture, and you're going to need to install an anchor or a screw in the wall to do that. Screws are much easier to remove and relocate in the future if you need to.
So you're saying not nails. Okay. What else do we have here?
Well, one of my favorite standbys is the old electrician's side cutter pliers. What I like about the side cutter is a lot of women also do craft work.
Okay.
It's very convenient for cutting coat hangers and fashioning metal and anything else that might be difficult to cut with another tool.
So this is sharp. It can cut through some...
With the right amount of pressure, it's certainly going to cut through heavy wire easily.
Okay. Next we have this thing. What is this?
That's, everybody's got to have a set of Allen wrenches.
It's sort of like a Swiss Army knife, but it doesn't have any of the stuff.
That's correct, absolutely. Where you're going to use this is most appliances, most garden products are going to come unassembled these days. And we get a lot of calls from women who say, will you come and assemble this thing for me? They don't really need to do that, not that we wouldn't appreciate the business, but this is one of those tools they're going to need
just to have around.
Lots of those fasteners are going to require an Allen wrench.
And also, if you have one of those student desks or some other kind of shelving, I'm assuming these things you can use so you don't have to keep all of those tools that come with the package.
That's
around.
Correct.
Okay, all right, you're starting to sell me. I might give up my hammer now.
Well, good. I think I can convince you. Here's another one of my favorites. This is often referred to as the channel lock or locking pliers. This is great because they're adjustable. The jaws is widely adjustable, and it's really good for getting a tight grip on something. Well, here's a good example right now. Here's a water faucet. Sometimes if you're going to tackle changing the seats in your faucet, you're going to need to get something that's maybe corroded or rusty loose, and this is a good tool to use for that.
Okay, we just have a couple more things here.
Okay, well, one of my favorites is the electronic...
That doesn't look like a tool. It looks like a little...
Well, it is. It's a digital tool. It's a stud finder. We talked about hanging pictures earlier.
I have so many jokes to make about that, but we're not going to right now.
We always do. This is a stud finder. It uses sound waves. It sends a sound wave into the wall and reflects off of whatever is behind the wall. We talked about hanging pictures easily. This is a tool you're going to want to use if you hang pictures, because it's going to help you find a piece of wood in the wall called the stud to put your fastener on.
Well, you heard it here, the stud finder.
There it is.
All right, and then...
Well, this goes back to the cordless drill. One of my favorite attachments for a cordless drill is this device, which allows me to change quickly a number of different types of tips, or bits we call them.
Okay.
To accommodate all those various types of fasteners. The star bits, the straight bits, the Phillips bits.
This way you don't have to worry. You've got it all there.
All right there in that little package, and they're easily changed.
All right, it's like a little translator.
Okay, if you want to call it a translator, we'll call it that.
I'm translating right now for you women. Okay.
This device is also handy. Oftentimes, if we're trying to install a long screw with a cordless drill, it's hard to stabilize the screw so it doesn't wobble. This device allows you to slide the screw into this little receiver, and it keeps the screw straight for you, and then as the screw goes into the wall, this retracts. And it's a pretty handy little device.
Okay.
All right.
Next, I want to talk about, now I know this is a needle nose pliers. I get extra points for knowing that, but they're all, if you go to Home Depot or Lowe's, they're all different kinds of these things. So why this one?
This one because of its size. Needle nose pliers are almost always used for those tight spaces that you can't reach. There are, by the way, long needle nose pliers. We get lots of calls from women who have dropped rings in the drains.
Sure.
This is a little too short for that. Call us if you need help getting that P-trap apart. We can assist you there. This is just a very nice versatile size, again, for craft work and for holding small things at the table or in your hand.
We just have a few more things to cover. Now, this is a level, but why would I need to have one of these? Because, you know, I like doing the eyeball on the wall. You know, I think I can figure out it's fairly straight.
Certainly, and more specifically, a torpedo level. This level is quite convenient because go ahead and sit that on the tabletop.
Okay.
determine if a surface is level. We can set it on the surface and then look down through the top, see if the bubble's in the center, or of course on the side.
Okay.
We also use this device when we're plumbing things. We want to make sure if the device or the item that we're installing is perfectly straight up and down.
And that's a Mr. Fix-It term, right? The plumb.
The plumb.
Yeah.
Plumb is a term used to describe when things are straight up and down.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let's see, we had anything else?